So, is racial equality actually something that is achievable, or is activists such as Jesse Williams actually just hoping for something that's not possible? On Sunday, he did a gigantic speech about how things need to change on a certain level. And I'm going to read parts of it. And and then I'll rant about what I feel, or I will read a part and say my point of view on it, and then back and forth, because I think this is a topic that needed to be discussed. In his speech, Mr. Williams said, "Now, what we've been doing is looking at the data, and we know that police somehow managed to de-escalate, disarm, and not kill white people every day. So what's going to happen is we're going to have equal rights and justice in our own country, or we will restructure their function in ours." And he is actually right. If you actually just do any research and look up the amount of police-related deaths between the races, you have a astronomical difference between when they arrest a Caucasian American and they arrest a Native American, a Mexican American, an Asian American, and an African American, they are more likely to accidentally kill a American of a ethnic race than they are of killing a white thing. You can even look back to when they arrested Eric Garner and how it was 6 to 7 officers slamming the guy to the ground while one of them had him into a chokehold. And then you look at how they arrested Mr. Roth, who had was armed and dangerous, and who had just recently slaughtered 9 people inside of a church. And they put a bulletproof vest on him and walked him out in handcuffs and took him to Burger King. So where is equality in that? And then he went on to say yesterday would have been Tamara Rice's 14th birthday. So I don't want to hear any more about how far we've come when paid public servants can pull a drive-by on a 12-year-old playing alone in a park in broad daylight, killing him on television, then going home to make a sandwich. Tell Ricky Boyd, how is it so much better to live in 2012 than in 1612 or 1712? Tell that to Eric Garner. Tell that to Sandra Bland. Tell that to Darian Hunt. And then that goes on. I mean, to show that and I have a whole lot of friends that are public servants, and I even have my degree is in criminal justice, and I know that training is going to tell you have matter of seconds to determine if it's a threat or if it's a threat or there's no threat. But then when you have countless other times when there's a young man out there and he is playing or waving what is noticeably a weapon, and instead of reaching for your lethal weapon, you were reaching for your non-lethal means to take the little boy down. And even if you thought it was a threat, that it was a real gun that the little boy was waving around, you could have tasered him. You could have beanbag shotgun him and taken the little boy down. Then you'd have determined, oh, it was a fake gun, and then slap some cuffs on the little boy, take him home, and let his parents deal with him. But instead, now his parents have to, only time they want to spend some time with their son, they have to go and visit him at a cemetery. But there's justice in that because he was out there playing with a gun. And I know I might have people that's going to comment and say, well, he shouldn't have had a toy gun. But then what's up with, there's pictures of little white kids with semi-automatic weapons, and that's okay. But a little black kid with a plastic gun is a threat to America's safety. Why? Then he goes on to say, now the thing is, though, all of us in here are getting money, that alone isn't going to stop this. Now, dedicating our lives to getting money just to give it right back to for someone's brand on our body, when we spent centuries praying with brands on our bodies, and now we pray to get paid for brands on our body. And that symbolizes that at one point in time, our ancestors was actually praying. Well, when they came over, they were branded as property. And then now we have people out here fighting and killing to make money so they can buy someone else's name and put it on their body. Like their ancestors were praying to get that part of their body back. And we are just constantly just doing this, doing stupid stuff like that. And me personally, I think that equal rights will not ever be equal until we figure out a way of showing that we believe that we are equal. Until we are united, then we will never be shown as equal. As long as we are interfighting, then why should we ask people not to fight against us? Until we can unify up and show that maybe we deserve some respect, then why do we think someone else is going to respect us? It's like my grandfather said one time, was that how can you expect another man to respect you when you don't respect yourself? And that is very real when you think about how certain races, we want them to show us respect, but then we are out here shooting each other, and we're out here selling drugs to each other, and we're out here beating the crap out of each other. And then we think someone else should show us equal rights. And that's just my thought on this. Hit it with a thumbs up if you agree. Comment below on what your thoughts on it. And always enjoy life.